Good morning, Kelly George here. So this is day 6 since the third relapse in California to do with the multiple sclerosis. This is the very last day, yay, that I've got an IV in my arm for my steroids to go into. So this is the last day of 1000, which is a very strong strength. And I've been on 500 twice a day for a few days in hospital, about 4 days in hospital. And then yesterday and today, I've been on 1000 strength once a day with a lovely nurse, Mai, that comes to me and sorts it all out. I often had a lot of questions from Mai yesterday just after I turned the camera off, and I thought they might be your kind of questions too, if it's something you're going through or you're worried about a friend who's going through it as well. So I'm just going to kind of turn the camera around and show you what she's doing and how it's all setting up. But the last day of 1000 before I go down on my come down steroids, which are the oral ones. So this is the setup. This is what we're doing.
Hi.
Good morning.
All right, so this is an IV, so it goes into your bloodstream. And to administer any medication, we use a sash method, meaning we'll use the saline. We'll flush it with saline. Then we'll go ahead and administer the medication. And then to finish off, we'll flush it again with saline. And then heparin lock it. Heparin is a blood thinner that thins out your blood because the catheter is a foreign object in your body, so you don't want any clots to form. So what I'm doing now is I'm setting up for the administration. There's tubing for your bag here.
Yeah.
This is pretty much by gravity. There's a dial flow here that can dial your rate. 20 mLs per hour, 50 mLs per hour. Goes all the way up to 250, and then you can also open it, which is the fastest you can go. So right now the tubing is filled with air, and that's one of the critical things you don't want in your IV line, is that you don't want air. Okay? So we're gonna flush it out with the medication.
And I don't need to be too still with this. Obviously I need to be still for it to go in, but I don't need to worry too much as long as no airlocks go in there.
You don't need to be still at all. Maybe just at the beginning when I started. But other than that.
And then I don't really feel it going in either. It feels quite cold, and we do get this medication out the fridge about an hour before my turns up.
And it does feel a little colder today, so you might get even
chillier.
Yeah. So this is the bag of medication. This is where the pharmacy inserts the medication. And then this is where we're going to spike the bag and go into Kelly's arm.
Thank you. But yeah, so it doesn't, as I said, I feel it going in. It feels a little bit chilly because obviously the medication has been chilled overnight in the fridge, normal fridge. Ice packs a lot when it first turned up. And yeah, so it feels a bit cold when it goes in, and it lasts about an hour. Okay.
So remove the cover to the spike right here. And you can see there are holes in the spike, and that's where the medication will come down into this chamber and then fill up our tubing here. So to spike the bag, you're going to push in and twist. Then you want your chamber to be filled with medication, about halfway, like so. And then we'll put it on our nice handy dandy IV pull here. Currently it's in the lock position. And there's still air in this tubing. So what I'm going to do is unlock this tubing. And what's going to happen is the medication will slowly fill the tubing, push the air out, and be filled with medication. And if you look at this drip chamber right here, you'll see the medication flowing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going through our line right now, and it'll drip to the very tip.
Okey-doke. Lovely.
Alright.
Thank you. It's just so weird to see it kind of just one little bag of something that's going to hopefully make this improve. Obviously, you're not going to see side effects straight away or improvement straight away because it's a visual defect, I suppose you would say, at the moment. Last night I felt like I was getting a cold sore on the lip as well, which is great, and it was doing a proper good old tremor and quiver at the time, but it seems to be a bit better this morning.
Alright, so keeping clean, not to prevent any infections, you want to clean with an alcohol swab. We'll let that air dry. And if you're thinking, how am I doing this with only 2 hands? It's called talent. But no, this is, it is difficult to do with just 2 hands. All right. So like I mentioned earlier, we're going to flush with saline.
Yeah.
And what that's going to do is just push everything in. You see some blood has flashed back, and we don't want that, so we're going to unclamp. There it goes.
And again,
All
I can
back
just
in.
feel it's quite chilly.
How does it taste?
It tastes a bit metally in the mouth.
It does. It's a little bit metallic taste for some people.
Yeah. I get it instantly when I get the metal. It's like straight away, and then it passes quite quickly.
Yeah. So after the flush, now it's time for your medication. We'll twist that on in. As you can see, I never touched the port, so everything is all clean.
Yeah.
Unclamp here. And then to make it go, we'll unclamp here. And you'll see the drips in the chamber.
Yeah.
Means it's going
in. And that's it. We just sit here and we have a bit of a girls' chat. Maya has her breakfast. I keep eating because I'm constantly hungry because steroids make you ravenous. So I'm hungry all the time. So I just keep chamming away. I've got a massive smoothie. Obviously, did smoothies before, not so clean eating. So I think that's a big part of healthy living. So that's going to go in me. Obviously, that's really chilled and cold because I've had all my berries and stuff in the freezer. So I'm going to be quite cold now for the next hour with this going in and a smoothie going in. Thanks. She's brilliant at this. So alcohol on the blankets and pillows. And also, we've got a baby. I'm going to turn you around. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. I'm no wiggle.
He's our audience.
He's our audience. He's on the bed.
Over there.
But it's just nice to be home and have the babies around me, really, and be in the comfort of my own bedroom, which is lovely. So, just wanted to give you an insight. Day 6, last day of 1,000 of steroids, moving on to the come down of oral steroids for the next 25 days after this. But I'm feeling quite positive and good today because every morning I wake up and face doesn't seem to facially be changing, but I'm feeling mentally better. I understand it better. I feel a bit stronger in myself, and I even made it down for a little jolly down to Laguna Beach yesterday to see the sunset at 4:30. And we actually picked up our second car because we need to be a 2-car family here in America. So we managed to pick up our second vehicle. Obviously, I didn't do any driving, but too delicate for that. But all is well. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.